Well, we return again. A year ago, I made a video talking about why Battlefield 1 was an amazing masterpiece. However, while it is without a doubt the best Battlefield, it isn't my favorite. It is my second favorite, although it's really close. But my favorite Battlefield overall to play is Battlefield 5. And yeah, while it's not as realistic as 1, it is still a masterpiece. Graphics wise, it's definitely pretty realistic, and I would say it definitely looks better than 2042, despite the fact it came out 3 years before it. This ties into the atmosphere of Battlefield 5. While Battlefield 1 has a more darker, more sinister look into war, Battlefield 5 has a more movie-like, less macabre atmosphere to it, while still being chaotic and still feeling realistic. The maps in Battlefield 1 tend to have black and brown color palettes, whereas in 5 they tend to have more vibrant color palettes, like, some shades of green, some shades of blue, etc, etc. Battlefield 5 has an amazing feel to it. Granted, it not being as, macabre as Battlefield 1 doesn't really take away from the atmosphere, as I feel that soldiers in World War I were in worse conditions, whereas World War II had more stuff going on, but the conditions were overall less brutal. Due to advancements in technology and medicine, 5 still feels amazing, and it still gives you that PTSD that 1 gave you. But it also feels like a recreation of World War II, like it didn't really happen like this, it was more just being recreated in a studio. And can I just say that the audio in this game is breathtaking, down to the legendary OST, which I'm gonna play right now. The audio in this game is breathtaking, down to the legendary OST, to the PTSD-inducing sounds from things going off like bombs, gunfire, and nukes, of course. Honestly, breathtaking. The maps in 5 are amazing. Some of my favorite maps in Battlefield 5 include Devastation, Operation Underground, Arras, Gel 652, Iwo Jima, Merida, Mercury, Pacific Storm, Panzerstorm, Province, and Rotterdam. But in general, all the maps tend to be good. Iwo Jima on Breakthrough actually feels like the real-life Iwo Jima. The pacing on that map, is so beautiful. The fact you have to climb up a mount all while suffering through immense bullet power really matches the mood of what actually happened. It really gives you that PTSD. It's pretty awesome. There are lots of modes in Battlefield 5, and I previously discussed some of these modes in a previous video, but I'll go over them again. Conquest is a mode where you rush to capture objectives all while trying not to die. Rush is a mode where a team defends 2 points from an attacking team. When the 2 points get destroyed, the defending team gets pushed back and 2 new points get created. Rush ends when either the attacking team gets all the points or the attacking team runs out of respawns. TDM is TDM, first team to get a certain amount of points wins. Domination is a smaller version of Conquest played on smaller maps, and there isn't any vehicles either. Operations is basically a mode where there's a series of maps in which the attackers try to push the front line in order to get onto the next map, while the defenders try and hold ground in order to stop them from advancing to the next map and stopping the offensive. Frontline encompasses Conquest's capturing objectives mechanic with rushes pushing up the battlefield mechanic. Conquest Assault simulates an assault on enemy territory, featuring one side as the defenders and the other as the attackers. The defending team starts with control over all flags on the map, but has no uncap, while the attacking team controls only an uncap and occasionally a forward base. Breakthrough is a game mode in which the objective is for an attacking team to push the front line forward until they conquer the map, while the defenders must reinforce and keep a hold of it. Combined Arms is a mode in which 4 players can engage against AI enemies in surgical strikes on objectives. Combined Arms is intended to allow players to improve their experience with teamwork and become familiar with aspects of multiplayer. Firestorm is, the battle royale mode of this game, because of course in 2019 every game had to have a battle royale for some odd reason. Grand Operations is a narrative-based multiplayer game mode. It essentially splits up the matches over the course of, 4 fictional days, providing players with 4 unique and distinct game modes. Players relive various vast historical battles across these 4 days, with the outcome of each day affecting a team's status in the next, such as amount of tickets, ammunition, reduced vehicle respawn time, and other resources. Outpost is a game mode in which teams of 32 players go up against one another as they try to construct radio towers and obtain recruits. Squad Conquest is essentially a smaller, more competitive mode of the Conquest game mode. So yeah, those are all the modes of Battlefield 5. But I'd say the best feature of 5 is the private matches, especially on Operation Underground. Yeah, 1 overall might be better, but for private, I've had the most fun ever on 5. There is one complaint though I would say about 5, is I wish they would add more countries into it. Like, okay, Britain is cool, America is cool, obviously, you gotta have the Germans, and the sidekicks, the Japs, but still, like, where's the Soviet Union? Where's Italy? Where's France? Canada? Question mark? You get what I mean? Like, there should have been more, like in Battlefield 1. But still, it's not that bad. I mean, you have the main guys, so yeah. So yeah, overall, Battlefield 5 is a masterpiece game. Literally a 10 out of 10. And despite the hate it got when it first, was being brought into the scene, it has become cemented as an amazing game. The contrast between 5 and 2042 is very clear.